Hello and welcome to another episode of Stock Watch. So as we get into the trading week, we hear that Boeing has had a little bit of good news and shares rose by almost 3% in yesterday's trading after Southwest Airlines, which is an American airline, has ordered more than 100 more 737 MAX jets. And it's also got 350 on order now with an option of another 270 in the near future. So lower fuel expenses are the main reason why a few airlines are looking at the 737 MAX airliners, as obviously it's a bit more cost effective to run during the height of the coronavirus pandemic, where a lot of airlines have been hit quite significantly. So you have to hope that this is a bit of a vote of confidence for Boeing, and also more significantly, it's the biggest order since 2019, when unfortunately they had their two fatal air crashes a couple of years ago. So, we'll have to hope that this is a bit of a resurrection for Boeing. On the other side of the pond, however, Air France are not looking too great at the moment, as they are looking for a government rescue plan. So they've been hit even further by the pandemic in Europe, and obviously we're just waiting to see what the government restrictions are for lockdowns, because that's going to probably go on and on and on, well, at least for the next month or so, after the government did declare that due to the slow rollout in European vaccinations, that it will be a bit of a delay with lifting restrictions there. So the package still needs final approval from the Commission and the Board of Directors. However, shares did rise over 3% yesterday at one point before retracing slightly. So you have to wonder what the next step is for Air France. As I said, it was recently reported that Paris and other suburbs have gone into full lockdown again, and we'll have to see what the vaccination rollout brings for France itself. And not just that, for Germany are in a bit of trouble with their rollout plan. So just looking at Boeing, we've still got this healthy market cap. The daily range is going higher, which is quite good. It hasn't really fallen below the $240, which is quite significant, and we're just waiting to see what this next pickup in orders will do for the company itself. So very, very hopeful news. And as you can see here, 3 months ago and 1 month ago, analyst ratings did put it on hold, but now it's overweight, a moderate buy. So we'll see what that brings, and if anything comes into fruition for the company itself. Just wanted to take a quick look at France's infection rate. As you can see here, during the back end of 2020, where we saw the second wave of the coronavirus, we saw this detrimental spike, well, all across Europe really, and obviously things got a bit better. But as you can see, infection rates are still slightly creeping up into March, which is why the government had to declare a full lockdown as well in certain parts of France, namely Paris and the north and part as well. So have to wait and see what that means for certain companies, including Air France as well. So we'll just take you into some of the charts. So I've got it on a 4-hour chart at the moment. I usually do a daily range, but I just want to see the intraday perspective and potential. So as you can see here, we had a bit of a spike on the opening yesterday, and prices are still kind of balancing around the $250, which is good. And more significantly, we're obviously moving away, got a nice barrier here between the Ichimoku cloud and where candlesticks are facing at the moment. For divergences on RSI, I'm seeing just slight divergences just to pull upwards a little bit, but nothing really significant to sink my teeth into to give me some sort of direction. I'm just basically looking at previous peaks at the moment to see if we can avoid them. Obviously we've jumped over that, which was pretty much what the opening gap was yesterday, and now we're just going to see if it can stay above the 243 line, which was, as I said, a recent peak, and then we can hopefully move back up to recent highs. I'm not going to go above this false break, just roughly about the mid $270 range, and see if we can basically fill in the blank here. Obviously, if we can stay above this area, above the previous peak, above the Ichimoku cloud, then I'll be putting a buy position in and probably putting a nice take profit roughly about that area here. So just a few things to look out for as we go into the trading week, and obviously more things are coming about. So just a quick look on Air France as well. Air France, as you can see, a little bit detrimental over the past few, well, the past month, let's say, and we're just looking to see if prices will start picking up. Obviously prices are trading under the Ichimoku cloud, so I'm looking for a slight pickup at the moment, roughly to the €5 or €6 area, and then we'll just look to see if it's going to puncture the Ichimoku cloud and go even higher. So just a few things to look out for. As I say, RSI or momentum, if you're looking at stochastics or any kind of divergences, then it is good to also keep a look on the headlines as well for what's going to happen. Obviously, Air France are in the headlines at the moment with the government bailout. It should be passed, but whether or not it hits some stumbling blocks, it might weigh in on prices even further. If it does, then obviously, if we just pull back a little bit, I'll be looking for recent lows roughly below 5 and even weighing lower down to this area here, which is the mid-4 range. So, if its prices start waning even further, I'll be looking at this level and then a crash through to here. So a nice sell position would be viable in that kind of position. So that's all from the Stock Watch today. Thank you very much for joining me. If you have any comments or queries, please feel free to add them to the post and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Have a great trading day ahead and bye for now.